Okay, let's get started. So what we've looked at now is the basics of how mode mixture works. Let's dive a little bit deeper because mode mixture kind of mucks up the waters a little bit and creates some other problems for us. So in this section, we're going to look at kind of all the things that come along with using mode mixture. Now, first of all, before we go any farther, you may have already noticed this, but I didn't. I was using MuseScore 2 before. I'm going to switch over to MuseScore 3 now. So I'm on MuseScore 3. Um, I'm thinking you noticed it because if you tried to open that MuseScore file, it is probably a MuseScore 3 file now. It started off as a MuseScore 2 and now it's MuseScore 3. Whatever, no big deal. Um, I was having some audio problems with MuseScore 2, so I upgraded to MuseScore 3 so that the audio would record correctly. Okay, so first thing I want to do is look at problems that arise having to do with four voice voicings. Okay, so there's kind of one big problem that arises that, other than the obvious one, which is parallels in our case. The big problem that comes up is augmented seconds. I don't think that's going to come up with this one, but let's find out. So I think what we'll do is, let's do this. I'm just going to take our bass clef line, I'm going to paste it there, and I'm going to harmonize it from that. So let's do a four voice counterpoint of this line, and let's see what problems this gives us. Now, really what I'm probably going to hit here is some parallels between this flat 3 and the 2. There's going to be some half steps there that very well could result in parallel octaves. Also with this 6 could get us to some parallels also. So we want to watch out for all that. So let's give it a shot. So we're in C major, and we're going to start off on a 1-6. So let's just kind of randomly decide what we're going to do here. So I'm on our first voice, so let's put a C up top. Now let's go to our second voice. Let's go E. That leaves me with a G. Oops. Yes, actually, but I need to delete that and put it as second voice. So now voice 1, we're going to make this G. Okay. Okay, nice. So I've doubled my third, which isn't always awesome, but it's not terrible. And in this case, it is also the root, so it is perfectly okay. Nice sounding chord. Okay, now let's go to our 4 chord, which is an F major. Let's find our easiest way to get there. So we can stay right on a C here. This E can go up to F, but it can't go up to F because the bass line goes up to F. We're going to treat this bass line as a little cantus firmus for now. I'm just going to make myself not change it, only because I really want to keep this E flat D thing right there. So what can I do with this E? Can't go up to F, so let's try going down to C. Is that allowed? That stays the same, that goes down. It's not a hidden octave because we're technically hitting it by contrary motion here, because this is oblique motion and this is down motion. So oblique is staying the same. So I'm going to roll with that. That's a little dicey though. Actually, I don't like it. I changed my mind. I'm going to go to an A. So I have F, A, C. Let's jump this up to a C. So do I have anything there? C to C, G to C, E to F. I have a lot of stuff going up. One thing staying the same, but everything going up, this G to E, that's a 6th, and it's going up to C to A, which is a 6th. So I have a parallel 6th there, but that's okay. All right, let's move on. I have a 6th chord, so I have an A minor chord. So my top voice, again, can stay the same. It can be a C, that's totally good. And actually my alto voice can stay the same as well. It can be an A. E, and I need a C. Oh, look at that. My tenor can stay the same as well. But that technically creates a parallel octave. C to C, C to C. So I don't want to do that. Also, it's boring. Let's take this C down to A. I have C to C, F to E, C to A. I think that's okay. We'll roll with that. All right, now I have my flat 3. So, oops. What I really have here is an E flat major chord. So E flat, G, B flat. So let's take this A to the G. I really want to get some contrary motion here. This A could go up to a B flat. Oops. And this C go down to the B flat, E, G, B, then we're doubling the 5th. We don't really like that. Could jump up to an E flat. That's okay. It's a bit of a jump, but we'll do it. So that's a leap up to, or actually it's a skip up to an out of key note, a chromatic note. So that might really stick out like a sore thumb, but let's try it. I think it's going to sound intriguing, if nothing else. Okay, now we go to a D minor, so D, F, A. This could press forward up to F. That might be interesting. That might help resolve that in kind of a weird way. This G could go to A. What am I missing? D, F, A. I have everything covered. So here I could have a D. D isn't great. It's going to be a leap. A is going to be a parallel 4th. It's going to be a chromatic. It's going to be a parallel 4th, which isn't great. And I really don't want here. So I might have to go up to D. That way I approach this octave from contrary motion, which is nice. B flat to E flat. Is a 4th. Moving up to a 5th. That's a parallel 5th. E flat is our root, so that's a parallel 5th. E flat to F. Oh, no, it's not, because this has got a skip. All right, we're good. If this was going up to C, it would be, but it's not. Okay, 5-7. We're almost done. G. This note's already on the F, our soprano, so let's keep them on that F. That's our 7th. And now I know that that 7th has to resolve down to E, so let's put that there so we don't forget. G, B, D. So this could go up to a B. Natural. Whoops. It's going to put a tritone on the top, but that's okay. Sort of B natural there. And I might even put a natural symbol on it just because we had a B flat down here. Make sure there's no confusion. I don't have to put a natural symbol there, but it's nice. It's called a courtesy accidental. Courtesy accidental means it doesn't need to be there, but it might help eliminate any confusion. And here's a D already there, so let's stick with that D. So I have G, B, D, F. Do I have any problems? I don't think so. That D and that F are parallels, but that's a 3rd. That's okay. And then back to 1. C. This could stretch up to that E. C, E. This could go down to the G. And I've doubled my third, but I think we can live with it because our voice leading is rather nice. Do I have any parallels? Up, up, down, down. B, F to G, that's a skip. That's okay. All right, I think we did it. Let's hear it. Not bad. I don't think this E flat jumps out too much. It's helped by this chromatic line in there. Let's hear it again. I kind of like how this kind of opens up throughout the harmonization. It starts off fairly tight voicing and ends up to be wide with a lot of spaces in it. It also is generally moving up in the soprano and down in the bass. So it has this kind of opening throughout it. Neat. Okay, so we didn't encounter any huge problems there, but let's go to another example where we might find some of the more common problems.